Hi, second grade. Mrs. Shook here with a Grade 2 Skills Unit 1, Lesson 12, Tricky Words and Spelling Alternatives. Our goals for today: to read the following words, tricky words, was, of, and a, or a, accurately read a text and answer questions in response to that text, edit sentences for capital letters and punctuation, sequence events from a story, and then segment, blend, and spell a variety of 1- and 2-syllable short vowel words. Okay, our tricky words for today. Was. The W and S, W and S sound normal, but the A is making an sound. The bus was late. The A is the tricky part. Of. If you sounded it out, you would be thinking but not true. Of. The whole word is tricky. One of my crayons is broken. Okay, normally when we see the letter A, we might think a, but it's a or a. Can I have a turn? Can I have a turn? The whole word is a tricky word. Okay, let's practice. We have the, he, she, we, be, me, of, was, a. Alrighty. And some more review of our spelling sounds. The double B is a B for rubbing. 2 D's, D. 2 C's, K. CK also, K. 2 G's, G. 2 F's, F. 2 L's, L. Okay, now we have 2 P's for the sound P, like in napping. Just like all the other double consonants, it's not the most common spelling for the P sound. Okay, double T, like for sitting. T, t. Double S for S, as in dress. Good, and as you notice, all of these double consonant sounds are not the most common spelling for that sound. Buzz with double Z for Z. Double M, like in swimming, makes a running. Sometimes will be spelled with 2 N's, not very often though. Okay, for the word ferret, we have the sound, and this spelling is a double R. Again, not very common, but sometimes will be a double R. So we have our single R and our double R. Okay, these are all the letter sounds that we have completed. Make sure you have your individual code chart all filled in. For S, we did double S. We have the double Z, the double M for double N for N, double R for double P for P, double T for T. Okay, our next section, language, punctuation, and capital letters. We talked a little bit about some types of punctuation yesterday. Periods, exclamation points. So let's see what else. Okay, an exclamation point. We talked yesterday about how exclamation point shows excitement. So if you see an exclamation point, there is excitement going on. You'll hear it in your voice as you're reading, like, let's go, or stand up, yay. So exclamation point will show excitement. This, if you have a question, you'll indicate your question with a question mark. As you're reading, usually your voice changes for questions too. Where are you going? What's for lunch today? You kind of hear it in someone's voice when they're asking a question. So if you're writing a question, you will put an exclamation point at the end. Alright, now we're going to fix 3 sentences that we have on the screen. First, we have, my dog is brown. We have the period at the end, but the other thing we need to talk about is the beginning of a sentence. The beginning of a sentence needs to have a capital letter. The very first word in any sentence, whether it's a question, a regular sentence, anything, needs to start with a capital letter. So let's change that to a capital M for my. My dog is brown with a period at the end. Perfect. We're not asking a question. We're not showing extreme excitement. We're just stating my dog is brown. Okay, next. Did Mom have a hot dog? Did Mom have a hot dog? Would we need a period, just for a regular sentence, an exclamation point to show excitement, or a question mark to show a question? That's right. It's a question. So we're going to add a question mark at the end. And what do we need to do at the beginning? Very good. We need a capital letter D. Capital D at the beginning to start our sentence, ending with a question mark to indicate that we're looking at a question. All right. Such a smell. Whew, such a smell. The beginning of our sentence, we need a capital S. And at the end, whew, such a smell. What kind of punctuation do you think we would include? A period, a question mark, or an exclamation point? Good. I, too, would choose an exclamation point. All right. And like we said, let's change our sentence to a capital S and an exclamation point. Such a smell. Good job. And our last one, the smell drifted. We need two things, punctuation and a capital letter. So what letter will we capitalize? Good. The T on the word the. And we're going to put punctuation at the end to tell us to stop the sentence. The smell drifted. We're going to just add a regular period at the end. It's just a declarative statement of the smell drifted. Very good job. All right, now let's get to reading. Reading in our Cat Bandit reader, The Chicken Nugget. Our purpose for reading today: predict what today's story might be about based on the title, The Chicken Nugget. Now, when we read the hot dog, you had the same prediction to make. And in the hot dog, the cat bandit stole the hot dog. Using that information and the title of this story, what do you think might happen in this chapter? Let's find out. Okay, back to our table of contents. Again, we read the hot dog last time. Now we're on the chicken nugget. If you have your reader, please turn to page 6. All right, and a little chart that we can start as we read each chapter. The Cat Bandit chart. Our first story title was The Hot Dog. The food the cat stole was a hot dog. Where the food was, it was in the den. How he got the food, he jumped up on the shelf. And the sound words we heard in that story, sniff and munch. Munch. All right. The vocabulary from today's story. Nuggets, a small bite-sized piece of food. He found a nugget of chocolate in his ice cream. So a little nugget. So in this case, a chicken nugget is a little piece of chicken. Okay, and to read. Again, we'll read this together. I will read the whole time. Read with me as much as you can. Hank set his dish in the sink. He left a big chicken nugget on the dish. The nugget was still hot. The smell of chicken drifted up from the sink. It drifted into the den. The cat bandit was napping in the den. But he was sniffing as he slept. Sniff, sniff, sniff. There's one of those exclamation points. Sniff, sniff, sniff. So you can see the cat bandit laying on the floor in the den, and here's the smell from the chicken nuggets following or coming into the living room to the den, and he's sniffing in his sleep. The cat bandit sprang up. He ran in and spotted the nugget in the sink. He sat a bit, thinking up a plan. Then he went to the closet and got a bunch of boxes. He set up a box. Then he set a big box next to that box. Then he set the biggest box next to the sink. The cat bandit set off running. He ran up the boxes, hopping from box to box. Then, munch, munch, munch. That was the end of the chicken nugget. Okay. So, in this story, he's after a new piece of food. What did he get this time? Yep, he got a chicken nugget. How did he get the chicken nugget? What did he do? Yeah, he went and found 3 different boxes and set them up. Smallest, medium, biggest, and then ran up the boxes like stairs. Now, I don't know about you, but I do know that cats are pretty clever, but I think cats being able to move a box is a little bit made up, right? Cats aren't going to be able to set up boxes to make stairs. So although this story is about a cat, which is real, cats are real, cats eating food, that could be real, there are some little extra fantasy or made up parts of this story, and that would be one of them. Okay, one of the things you're going to do on your Google form is to put the story in order. It's a sequence. Sequence means you put things in order from first all the way to last. Okay, so first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. That's the order that things go. So in our story, in the beginning, Hank put his dish in the sink. The smell drifted into the den where it woke Cat Bandit up. He found the nugget, made a plan, set up the boxes, ran up the boxes, and ate the nugget. So the story started off with Hank leaving the nugget in the sink. The middle was the Cat Bandit finding a way to get to the sink. And the ending was the Cat Bandit eating the nugget. Okay. So it will be Google Forms Skills Unit 1, Lesson 12. Great work today. So on your Google Form sheet, you will be answering questions about the story. You will be doing some sequencing the events from first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. First is the very first thing that happens. Fifth is the last. Make sure you're reading all the choices very carefully. Take your time. There was also going to be 2 questions about punctuation and capital letters where you have to fix the sentence like we did together. So there'll be 1 sentence to fix and a couple of choices to choose from. So again, take your time, read everything carefully, and you will do great. Great work today. Have a good day.